This is the WWE NXT September 5, 2023 full show results video, and the show started with a match between Kiana James vs Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship, and the result of this match was Tiffany Stratton defeated Kiana James by pinfall when Tiffany crawls to Kiana's bag, swing and a miss, jumping reverse STO from the Kiana James, but that was not enough, and then Tiffany hits double jump moonsault, and retained the NXT Women's title. Post-match, Stratton celebrates with the title and Becky Lynch appears on the Tron, and she talks about how the NXT Women's Championship is the one accolade that's escaped her and it's time the man came around to NXT to challenge Tiffany. Next Tuesday she'll be wrestling for the title in the main event of the show. The next match happened between Ilya Dragunov vs Aro Mensah, and the result of this match was Ilya Dragunov defeated Aro Mensah by pinfall with Torpedo Moscow. Post-match, Wesley comes out and says normally he'd let him know in the back, but he had to come to tell him his date with Destiny will have to wait because he's got the next shot at Carmelo Hayes. Dragunov tells him he's a ferocious competitor, but he's mistaken because he's gonna rip through everyone who stands in his way. Then comes Carmelo Hayes, and he said last week he had a conversation with Shawn Michaels where he got all the advice he needed to hear. He tells Ilya that despite everything, there's no asterisk next to his win over him. He tells Wes the same thing. Lee took a risk, and then he took advantage. He says they're the top two men in NXT and the Heartbreak Man decided they're gonna have a #1 contenders match next week. Backstage, Dominik Mysterio is tearing up the literal WWE rulebook before admiring his purple-striped referee shirt. Back from the commercial, Jacy Jayne has given Thea Hale a makeover in her own image with dark eyeshadow, that I do like, and a weird dark neutral lip, that I do not like or understand at all. Gigi Dolan rolls up to question Jacy's motives and Thea unloads on her and says she doesn't know her, and Gigi admits she doesn't know Hale, but she does know Jane and she's just trying to help. Then we saw the Global Heritage Invitational Group B match between Duke Hudson vs Nathan Frazer, and the result of this match was Nathan Frazer won the match by pinfall with a Phoenix Splash, earning himself 2 points. The next match happened between Dabba-Kato vs Tyler Bate, and the result of this match was Tyler Bate defeated Dabba-Kato by pinfall when he hit the corkscrew senton atomico finishing move. Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez talk about how much they dislike Dom when Kiana James comes stomping and throwing stuff. Perez tells her to relax and be grateful for the opportunity, and James says she took it from her and she'll do it again and again and again. Back from the commercial, Baron Corbin cuts a promo talking about how if you want to be something special and play with the big boys you gotta go out and make some noise. He wants to see Bron Breakker and Von Wagner destroy each other and then pick up the scraps. The next match happened between Dragon Lee vs Mustafa Ali to become the #1 contender for the NXT North American Championship, and the result of this match was Mustafa Ali won the match by pinfall with a victory roll pin and a fast count by the Dominik Mysterio, becoming the #1 contender to the NXT North American Championship. Mysterio raises Ali's hand and Mustafa drops him with a lariat before talking to Lee and seemingly saying he didn't want to win like that and getting out of Dodge. Then we saw the Global Heritage Invitational Group A match between Axiom vs Pete Butch Dunne, and the match goes to a time limit draw, earning each man 1 point. Then we get footage from earlier of Von Wagner where he preemptively apologizes to the announce table for what he's going to do tonight. The next match happened between Gigi Dolan vs Thea Hale, and the result of this match was Thea Hale defeated Gigi Dolan by submission with the double wrist lock. Back from the commercial, Kalani Jordan is chatting with Lyra Valkyria, who advises her that it's only her 4th match and she shouldn't beat herself up. Dana Brooke rolls up and asks what Lyra is doing here, filling her head up with things she doesn't need, and Dana says they're friends, a team, and won't be broken up. Valkyria says she doesn't have an issue with Brooke, but if she wanted a match all she had to do was ask, and maybe Jordan will see she needs some better friends. Then Tiffany Stratton cuts a promo about her match against Becky Lynch next week, and she says Becky's the biggest match of her 2-year career and she may be a WrestleMania main eventer, but she's the center of the universe in her world and the title isn't going anywhere. In the main event of the show, we saw a no disqualification match between Bron Breakker vs Von Wagner, and the result of this match was Bron Breakker defeated Von Wagner by pinfall with a spear. Post-match, Bron presses the attack and beats Von with a chair before throwing him into the steps, setting his head on the bottom step. He picks up the top step and swings it at Wagner and the screen goes black, and the show goes off the air.